Do you have do you have a corporate account, Britt?
No, I don't think so.
Someone's going to have to upgrade.
I know. I thought upgrading to 500 was the upgrade, but we need more. We are officially maxed out. This is the most amount of people I've ever had on my Zoom. So you guys are making me proud. I told them when Jake comes, you show up, and they showed up.
Wow.
So Jake, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day and time away from your family at night to come and just share with us. We really appreciate you.
Awesome. Well, for those of you who have ever been on my Zooms before, you can tell I'm on a different location. I'm actually downstairs. And that's because I'm married and the boss is using the office for another Zoom right now. So I get like second fiddle in our household. Some of you who are married, you know that if you're the boss, you run the house, and usually the women run the house. So the good news for you guys is, now I'm spotlighted. Now I only see myself. So anyway, the good news is for you guys, I've been able to do a lot of Zooms today. So it was a really good day. And I got a couple more for Japan tonight. I saw someone from Japan. So I got some stuff for Japan tonight. They're having their first convention of the year coming up, I believe February 27th. So we got a lot of things happening. I see some familiar faces. Why I did.
Mute yourself.
Yeah. Or Britt might just have to mute you. What I was going to say is, I was going to say that I see some familiar faces as well, people who I just saw up at the lodge. It's good to see you, the Wallers. Hopefully you guys are well, and you guys caught the vision of why it's important to get your people out to the lodge. So first off, welcome to Q Sciences, you guys. There's so many amazing people on here. And I just went through many of your guys' businesses just to kind of track things out, what's going on. So many people in this organization ranking up, amazing amounts of volume, products being shipped all over the world. You guys' customer accounts are doing extremely well. I love what I'm seeing. About 70% of your guys' volumes right now are actually coming from retail and PC accounts, which tells you guys got a good thing going on. You actually have more customer revenue than ambassador revenue. So I always like to watch those trends. But man, also just seeing how many of you guys have people close to ranking up before month end, and some of you are within reach to big promotions, bronze and silver. I saw a couple golds, so that's pretty amazing. I've had the opportunity to be in the field for many years, just like you guys. And for those of you guys who don't know, I think about and wish I could go back out in the field many days of my life. I'm in the corporate side, and I am a part owner with Mark Wilson, and being in the field's fun. It's so energizing. The last couple of days I've been able to work with the field exclusively as I was in Dallas. I saw many of your teams in Dallas, which was amazing. And it's just a different feel. But I do remember a couple tricks of the trade of being in the field. And I wanted to kind of maybe address a couple of those things. As I was talking to my wife earlier, I said, I guess I'm going to go do a meeting for Brittany Hitch tonight. And she said, what are you going to tell that team? They don't need you. Like, oh, okay. I guess you're probably right. They've been promoting platinums and rubies. And so I hope I don't mess it up. So Britt, hope I don't mess up your special mojo. So let me kind of go from the back forward, and then maybe this will be easy so you can kind of keep it brief, and some of you guys can get back to your kids or go to bed, wherever your time zone is. We have a pretty special event coming up. And as you guys know, our convention's coming. And for those of you, I don't know if this is your first Q Sciences convention, I would like to warn you about what to expect. Those of you who may have had the opportunity to be in other companies, or this is your first one ever, we don't do our convention normal. Nothing in Q Sciences is normal. So you're going to see not like one individual product get launched at convention. You're going to see an entire product line get changed out. You're going to see another product line for Q Fit. You're going to see a lot of people trying our new Super Greens detox drink who are on site. You're going to see some crazy things, and you're going to see some crazy bonus promos. There'll be promos released at the convention that are better if you act on it the first 2 days. There's going to be promos for people who are on site. There's going to be shipping promos. And then as we close the month out, because we left time for the month, you're actually going to see more promos released even after the convention to help you guys get your business spurred up and going. And let me kind of explain to you, maybe put into perspective. I talked about this on the live, but I believe in all encompassing, and this is for you, even if you're a builder or a pro, you're brand new, it's gonna happen for you if you understand what to do right now until the end of the month. Marielle Filipponi walked into my Phoenix convention in 2018. She had just promoted to the position of Ruby, and she'd been in the company a little while. She was excited. I mean, Ruby pays $25,000 a month. I can't see all of your faces, but if your income was at $25,000 a month, if that would like make you kind of happy or excited, please let me see both of your hands. Yeah, see, you got reindeer ears, right? So congratulations. I would be excited about that too, you know, especially when I was out there. So the next part about it is we then start the convention, and we released our full spectrum hemp line, which we're going to reintroduce the new enhanced whole full spectrum hemp line at this convention. Every product's being replaced. And within about 10 minutes of us putting it up in the shopping cart, now what we do, I'm warning you, is we reduce the price and we keep the PV higher. So you'll see some stuff that's like 80 or 90% value to dollar to PV point. So it's crazy, right? So we reduce the price and we keep the PV high. And you have all these cool packs. We're going to have these sampling packs. And within about 11 minutes or so after it went live, she then promoted to Emerald as we were still explaining the products on stage. Okay. Then the convention that day ended. And the next morning, by the time the convention started at 9 a.m., everyone started cheering in the crowd because she went from Emerald to Diamond. Then we didn't even have any trophies because we're doing recognition. By the time the convention ended and it was time to recognize the highest rank, she had gone from not only Diamond to then Blue Diamond at the convention. So then we leave the convention, and I did my promos like I usually do. And in the last day, from the convention to the last day of the month, which is 11 days, she then promoted to Black Diamond. So she walked into the convention making $25,000 a month. And by month in 11 days, she went from $25,000 a month to $125,000 a month. The very next month, the bonus is calculated into over 250 grand. But let me tell you what happened, what no one talks about. In that same time frame, as I researched this, that group promoted over 60 people to bronze. That same group promoted over 50 people to silver, 35 people to gold, over 20 people to platinum, and over a dozen people to ruby. Those people who were making ruby incomes had never made more than $2,000 to $3,000 a month in their career. Now, when you back it down to what Mr. Mark Wilson said, which is even more powerful, that month, are you ready for this? This is for those of us who's going to catch this. That month, Builder Pro Executive Elite, 2,200 promotions. Over 2,000 people had ranked through those promotions. That's amazing, isn't it? It was all because of what they did to prep into going to the convention. Now, yes, we're releasing products. Yes, we're going to do some crazy promos. Yes, the training's going to be amazing. There's going to be assets. It's going to be crazy what's going to happen. But let me tell you a trick. Our company goes from month to month. But sometimes we might be maybe a little bit too far off from our next rank. Maybe we're too far off from going from elite to bronze. Or maybe for some of you guys who don't think gold's attainable, like, well, I'll sit and I'll wait and I'll go at it hard in February. This is where you're wrong. Marielle came into the convention at Ruby. She was actually halfway to Emerald, and she knew she was not going to get to Emerald the previous month, but she still closed the month out extremely hard and had a ton of promotions, 1,100 promotions the month before convention, at Builder Pro and Executive. Now, why is that key? Because those new people got the weekly checks. Those new people got paid. They got excited, and they went into the convention with some extra money to try the new products, with extra excitement because they had ranked up. And by default, the cascading of momentum not only took her to Emerald, which was her goal, but took her to Diamond and Blue and Black Diamond. My first message to you guys is if you guys want to have a convention that's bonkers, and your convention that's bonkers could mean for you, this could be your first month where you promoted 5 executives or 4 builders and pros, and you've never had that many people in your organization make that much money. Trust me, I've been there. I remember when my first 2 people that I sponsored in network marketing got their first $1,000 check. And I got to tell you something, that same month I made over 10 grand. But the moment that my mother and my best friend made $1,000 and they got a $1,000 check in the mail, because that's when the checks came in the mail, I'll got to tell you something. I was way more satisfied and excited for their checks than I was my check at 10 grand. Now you're probably thinking, no, I wasn't. I actually was, because I felt an immense amount of responsibility, and almost like if they didn't win, I had signed them up for something that was not right. The ethical wasn't right. And so I had like this fear, this guilt. And I remember calling my stepdad. I'm like, he's like, you're doing so well. I'm like, Dad, I gotta help people make money. He's like, it'll come, be patient. And I was way more excited. And then the checks got bigger and bigger. So my first thing, point number 1 to you is, this month, who's your success story? And it's not yourself. Who's your success story? Who are you focusing on? And do you know how I always did it? I may know a little bit about building. I built for a while. I would always treat someone's business as if it were my own. Now, I wouldn't go recruit and put people in all their positions, but I would coach them as if I were building it, and I would treat it as if it were my own. And I had month end. I got to tell you, my month end went right up to the bell every single time. And every little check that I was able to help push out to my team equaled mass amounts of momentum the following month. My mentor said, if you're too big to do the little things, then you're too little to achieve the big things. And so I think you have to remember that some of the people that need you the most don't even know what they're doing, right? I get that some of us are really good, but we can't take credit for what we should be doing. Like my son's over there playing, what are you playing right now? He's playing something called Fortnite. I don't know what it is, but he's playing Fortnite. And he only gets like 20 minutes a day, right? But anyway, if my son comes out in the morning and says, Dad, I brushed my teeth, I'm not going to give him credit for that. He should brush his teeth. Like, I don't say, way to go, buddy. Like, no, you should brush your teeth. Look, we should already know it's built in us that we have to fight for people more than we even fight for our own check. So if you understand this, and point number 2 is going to be really simple. So point number 1, who's your project that you're closing with in the end of this month? If everyone reached one and helped one, this group, if you think are impressed with what you've seen, coupled with what's coming, y'all haven't seen anything yet. Nothing. I promise you. Point number 2 is simple. Okay? Skills over talent. People have this debatable thing. Talents and trends come and go. Skills don't. After you close the month, what I would hope that many of you start to understand, I hope that you understand to become a student. See, let me tell you what I mean. I hope that you understand that everyone starts from someplace and they're not very good. I hope you understand that all of you are going to have to be able to give a presentation. You're going to have to be able to answer basic questions. One mistake that I made in your guys' position when I was in the field is I didn't empower people quick enough to take control of their own business. Now, this is key, because when you come into the convention and your wheels are flat, your bearings are all wore out, you got no gas left in the tank, and you have that feeling because you started presenting and launching your people, and you started understanding that Brittany and some of these other major leaders that you guys have are better utilized after someone hits executive, you're going to have an amazing year. I wish I was more open and upfront with my teams like my mentor was with me. My mentor made me start presenting the business to my team's team on my second day. My second day. I didn't even have a check. There was no proof that this even worked. I was young, so I wasn't confident enough to make that happen. It was my own insecurity. But looking back, someone says, if you could do something different in your career, what would it be? That was my biggest mistake. I waited for people to maybe have some success before I put them into the fire. I hope all of you jump into the fire at the beginning of the month, start learning and practicing how to present, how to launch somebody, how to teach the comp plan. So you become a full-fledged partner of this group and this movement, and you don't become dependent on when the leaders can circle back around and help you make money. I encourage you, number 2. Number 3 is this. It's really easy. You got to have a goal and you got to get creative on the attendance that you guys have coming up for the Velocity event. You guys have got to start thinking together. Is there going to be watch parties? Is there not? I told the group who's up at my lodge, I think it was last week, and I don't know what day it was. I think it was. I would always start new organizations 45 days away from an event, and I would work the team 45 days after the event. I would go on 90-day runs. This is why this is key. I hope you guys have something creative that you're doing and you come into the convention with a plan. I would love if I was working with you, if one of you called me and said, hey, Jake, so far we've got about 100 people have the online ticket. There's 2 groups that are getting to just a party of 10. I'd be those notes down. And then I would say, oh my gosh, I'm going to go ask, Mrs. Hitch and maybe Mrs. Merrill Filipponi, whoever it is, immediately following the event to do a recap to make sure everything's explained properly, because Jake Spencer is going to release some pretty crazy bonuses on Friday afternoon. So I hope you guys understand that it's okay to get creative, and it's okay to ask to do event follow-ups, event recap, all those things. Because here's what's going to happen. March is going to come, and we're going to release another product and another promo. April's going to come, and we're going to enhance our drink line. I'm not going to tell you what drinks it is, but we're going to enhance the drink, the whole drink line. May's going to come. Kimball and Stacy and the whole Q Fit line are now selecting leaders like many of you, and you get to actually beta test and test run different weight loss supplements, amino acids, and they're going to be branding it to your individual line for May, June, and July. And you guys are the test pilots in your challenge with $25,000 prizes giveaway in each group. There's going to be something that's happening every single month. And so I want you to understand, if you can leave the event on fire and have a plan of attack and have those little groups of people getting the information and having proximity, write that down, proximity to the leadership in Q, you're going to have a much smoother, easier road to travel on. I fully believe this group is not only going to have 1 or 2 diamonds before the end of the year. I actually believe that there'll be probably about a dozen. I think there's going to be 30 or 40 people, probably 50 was Mr. Mark Wilson's prediction by looking at the growth rate of Emerald and Ruby. This group's got some tremendous power. And many of you have not even tapped into the international possibilities yet, as we are now officially shipping out of our Malaysia warehouse and our Mexico warehouse. Malaysia is huge because we'll be able to service Taiwan and Singapore and China and Hong Kong, all these places. And you're thinking, well, that doesn't really apply to me. Oh, my friend, it does. Because social media has brought the world closer to you now than ever before. And if you like the products, they're changing your life. And if you like the comp plan, the culture, other people do too. I cannot wait to meet you guys who are coming in. I am cheering for you guys at the month end. I can't wait to see how many platinums are qualified to come with us to Cabo. It's going to be a great time. It's a lot of fun, and we do trips really well. We just pay for everything. All you got to do is find your way to the airport and you don't touch your wallet the entire time, you and plus one. It's whatever you want to do, even all the food, right? It's amazing. It's fun. So Brittany, I'm super proud of you and all the leaders that are obviously here. Again, I love refreshing my tool and watching how much volume is coming in promotions. And guys, I got to tell you, your convention is going to be determined how you close this month. The more people they're getting paid from the very beginning levels to the top levels is going to equal the amount of excitement and people watching that event. And I promise you, I don't care how many companies you've been in. I don't care if this is your first one. Q Sciences does our conventions. And when we do it right. We're very aggressive in our promos. And I think some of you are catching on with how aggressive our comp plan is. So Brittany, thank you for having me on tonight. It's an honor. It's very humbling to see how well you guys are obviously doing, but it doesn't shock me when I have individual talks with each and every one of you. And I'll see all of you who are coming to Salt Lake City in a couple of weeks, and all of you that are watching virtually, I'll be waving. And let's close this month and let's go change a bunch of lives. All right.
Jake, really quick, will you explain to them really quickly how long 3 days is in network marketing, especially the end of the month?
It's like 5 years.
Yep.
It is.
So any of you who are thinking like the month is over, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, the reason why is because with the volume-based comp plan, any and all volume shows up. And so when you start seeing volume chip away, all of a sudden you could be 1,000 points away from a rank and a couple people chip things in and you didn't count on it and you're halfway. So then you still have a day left and anyone can chip in 500 points to get the next rank. And with the win-win situation and bonuses being paid to executives and their sponsors, it's a pretty crazy thing.
Yep. All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming. And Jake, again, thank you for your time. I cannot wait to see all of you guys next month. All right. Good night, guys.